Welcome back to Bean Gaming, everybody. Today we're going to take a look at the new Kuma towers, which of course they cost Robux, but you know, whatever. They look kind of cool, so I was like, I'll try them out and see what I get, and then we'll kind of go from there. Before we begin, though, thank you so much to everyone who's been subscribing. I think we're at 460 as I currently am sitting here, and so thank you for that. Thank you for everyone with the likes and the comments and things like that. I really appreciate it. So let's get on over here. Now, when we take a look over here, there's 5 different Kumas, and you can read them, what they are, and we're going to try and figure out which one is the best. Now, obviously, you would think that the Radiant Kuma is the best, and I did not get him yet. So you can take a look at my loadout down over here and see that I have the 60%, the 24%, the 10%, and then Inferno Kuma at 5% over here. I just have Mutant Indominus as a placeholder here. We're not going to use him, but I do need Alien Beast for the map we're going to do today. And so if I'm taking a guess, I'm probably thinking Azure-Kuma is probably going to be the best, and here's why. If you take a look, I can stand on his head. Now, he won't let me pass, but if we go to these other different Kumas here, look, I'm going right through them, so that means they're weak. Okay, no, not really. We'll try and figure this out, though. So let's go ahead and head on over to Mythological, and we're going to go ahead teleporting on in, and let's see what we end up getting. Okay, we're going to work with Olympic Heights today, and you can see I'm at level 3. Let's back it up a little bit to level 1, just so I can show you the different Kuma towers. I don't know if I could beat him on level 3, it's possible, but I don't want to take that risk today, because you want to see everything, all these Kumas maxed out and things like that. So let's go ahead and get started right over here. Let the map load. Let's get rid of these annoying pets, and the particles as well. Okay, exit out over here, and we're just going to do normal mode. And so you can see right away that the first Kuma here is 6,000. I'm not going to place him just yet because his range isn't all that good. So if there's a couple enemies that get on by, I don't want to die. Go ahead and get the Moon Staff out, go to work, and take care of Fawn. See ya, Fawn. Uh-oh, these other guys are going around the corner here. Stop them there. Stop him over here, and then there's my reward. Let's go ahead and put our first Alien Beast down. I did get Force of Nature on him. Let me see, did I? I got, oh no, Battle Master on him. And so I don't know if the stats are updated or not, but I don't know, I kind of wish they were, because that way I can see if he actually has those new attributes with him. We'll put down another Alien Beast to kind of help out, and then we'll start placing the Kumas. We're going to be able to put all 4 Alien Beasts down, but I'm just not going to do that just yet. Need to get to 6,000 here. 6,000. Almost there. Come on, okay, there we go. And these guys are a little bit tricky to place. Sometimes I try and place them, and it shows a blue circle for placement, but then all of a sudden they disappear. And so what's really cool about these guys is I think they really do look cool, and their animations are pretty sweet, and then what they fire out is kind of cool too. See? The disappearing act right over here. There we go. And on first ranking over here, on tier 1, you can see it has a damage per second of 312.5 and a range of only 60. And he does have a placement of 3, so I can't go any further. And so it's almost like a poor man's Cyclops, if you will. Now, of course, you could run him through the... try and rank him up through the Spartan Tower and try and rank him up. That's totally fine. You could do that. But I'm not sure if you really want to put your Spartan Silver and Spartan Gold on these, especially because these are Robux and not everyone probably has these. So that's why it's kind of, people are a little bit disappointed, I think, because of the pay to win now. And it's not necessarily true just yet. These towers over here, they're okay. Let me see, this guy over here, Shadow Kuma, looks like, see what he does over here. His range is actually pretty good right away. It's 85. We'll put down a couple more alien beasts. There we go. That way if anyone gets through. But the animation on these guys are kind of cool, but if you look, it almost looks like he has bad gas. I don't know, man. That's kind of interesting the way that they decided to do that. But the Azure Kuma, he has a placement of 3, and then Shadow Kuma, I believe we're going with 4 or 5. We'll find out in a moment here. So there's 3 here. Disappearing Act. Right there. There's 4. Let's see if he is 4 or 5. We need to get to another 20,000. And if there is 5, we'll try and squeeze him in somewhere. Yeah, there is 5. See, check that out. And I'm trying to get him in right here. Okay, good. There we go. There he is. I do like the different color codes that they shoot out. Now, this guy is pretty cool. And, okay, we're playing Disappearing Act again. Let's see. The Verdant Kuma, right away at 50,000, he does a damage of 1.5 thousand. And so that's pretty good, I think. Of course, if you're going 50,000, you got to think Golden Dragon. And alright, come on, you got to. Okay, there we go. Another place. I like the green over here. That looks pretty cool. If you take a closer look, look at their eyes and the way. So they're probably all the same original art that they used, and they're just dressed differently. But I do like the art on them. And how they're all dressed up different. I do think that's actually pretty cool. Alright, now Disappearing Act. There we go. So, range of 100. That's good. Take a look over here. Let's see the Azure. And a little over here. Oh, and that's the other thing about Shadow Kuma I forgot to mention. And so, the damage is 1,875. But his attack speed is 0.25. So, it's actually pretty slow. So, it takes 4 seconds in order for him to actually fire away. But no worries. Alright, what I'm excited to show you, and actually there's only 3 placements of the Verdant. I'm excited to show you is, if he ever gets there, no, there he is the Inferno Kuma. Now, I did try, because he was the best tower that I had, I did try and run him through the arena, and I ended up getting, I think I used 4 or 5 coins in total. So I think I used 3. Yeah, I'd used 3 silver coins and then 2 gold coins. I ended up getting Force of Nature. And so right away, 150 and a 6,000 DPS. And that's pretty awesome. So we'll put this other Panda Bear, this other Kuma back over here. Eventually, come on, you got it. Okay, there we go. So he's placed, and then we'll do the last one over here. And he's placed, good. So no other issues over there. So take a look at these guys. Let's see, Force of Nature does a 20% damage increase. So that's pretty good. But the range is boosted by 50%. And that's quite a bit. So since I got Force of Nature on him, I might consider throwing him in my loadout for any of these infinite boards. Infinite modes. Alright, so I'm falling asleep over here. Let's go ahead and ramp these guys up. Get them to different tiers over here. Get out of the way, Alien Beast. There we go. But like I was talking about before, look at the color coding, and looks like they shoot possibly the same shape. I don't know what that art is. Maybe it's the shape of themselves. But the color coding looks really cool. The animation is pretty cool. I do like are these katana swords. That's really sweet, I think. I do like the motion on the Verdant Kuma Bear. That guy's pretty cool. Alright, time to rank everyone up here. Now, traditionally you would want to rank your highest, or the tower that does the most damage, but we'll kind of go in order over here. Get out of the way, Alien Beast! There we go. So those guys are all leveled up. Alien Beast in the way. Alright, let's not mess around over here. Alright, Verdant, you're next. So, yeah, we'll talk about range at tier 5 momentarily here. Let's see if we can get these guys all maxed out. We'll max out our Alien Beast last, because we should be able to hold. We will hold. We'll get it done. We're on wave 15. Let's see. About to go to wave 16, right? Yep, there we are. And the Verdant Kuma cost at 50,000 right away, and then tier 2 is at 55. And that's it's a little bit over 1,000 damage increase. And so maxed out, you have to exit on out in order for the DPS to actually show up properly. It's 10,000. That's actually not bad. So you get a total slot placement of 30,000. Remember though, that I do have my pet boost. I don't have the mutant boost. I'm not sure I'm going to use mutant Indominus, but that would tack onto that 10,000 over there. And then I'm not wearing, see, I have my purple, I can't remember what these names are. I gotta write them down. I have my purple, what is it? Oh, Cosmic Warrior. Okay, saved by zooming in over here. I have my Cosmic Warrior. You can see I'm at level 97, so I'm really close. Once I get to, 3,000 coins, then I'll be able to buy some XP, and we'll be able to hopefully max him out. I think the next level is a little bit over 4,000. Alright. Inferno, are you ready? So he goes from 150 to roughly 170, 170 to almost 190, 190 to 207, which beats Splatoon, and then 225 over here. And look at this. He has each of these Inferno Kumas now deal damage of 30,000 damage per second, and a range which, again, beats Splatoon of 225. There's no map that's going to be able to contain the Inferno Kuma. So we can't max this guy out just yet, but he is expensive, 200,000. So he obviously is not a starter tower, but I would almost consider replacing Set with him. Take Set out of there and do Inferno Kuma. Although Set does have Force of Nature on him in my loadout tower, or in my loadouts. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can max out Alien Beast. We're not going to need him. I could technically get rid of him, but we have the money. Why not? And we always need to increase the Moon Staff. Get that going over there. So by wave 18, we are maxed out. And remember, we're still at level 1. So as you progress the levels, these enemies, their damage gets more. They become a little bit quicker. From what I read on Discord, the enemy's damage increases by 5% and their speed is 1%. That's probably a good rough estimate. If not, that is what it is. But either way, remember that when you're on a brand new level, you will get 1 Spartan Gold coin, which I think is really cool. That way, you technically aren't paying to play, but at some point, you're going to, if you play this game enough, you're not going to be able to advance anymore. So it really comes down to how long the arena is going to be around. And I do wish that the developers said, hey, the arena is going to be around for a month. That way, we kind of know what the expectations are, because sometimes, I think the Mutant event, usually the update comes at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but the Mutant event, I believe, got taken away, it might have been 10 to 15 minutes earlier than 5 p.m. And then the last couple updates have been dropping at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So as players, I think we really need to know when these events and these updates or upgrades are coming, and when they're also leaving. That'd be really helpful, because that way we can at least have a heads up. And so 4 million over here for, what is this, Ares? Yeah, Ares. And he's going to be taken care of really quick over here. Oh, you know what? Let's pause real quick, because I promised you that I would go over what the ranges were for all of these new Kuma bears. So the Azure Kuma, let's go in order here. The 6,000 first placement. So he has a range of only 90. So that's why I said he's very, very similar to almost like a watered down, not really watered down, but a poor man's Cyclops. So not technically as bad as a starter tower. And then the second placement that I did was Shadow Kuma. And so his range is 130, and because he has an attack speed of 0.25, which is every 4 seconds, if I had to get rid of one of these 4 that I have, it probably would be Shadow Kuma. Although 20,000, that's not bad. So you actually might need to place them if the Azure Kuma couldn't carry. And then next we have Verdant Kuma. I really like him. I think he's really cool, especially with a range of 150. So 150 beats out Pandora, but Pandora does have 3 placements just like Verdant Kuma, but Pandora, I can't remember what, because my Pandora's ranked now. I think I have Golden Might on my Pandora, so his DPS is going to be a little bit more, but I still think Pandora is going to be a much better value than Verdant Kuma, but still the range is 150, so I just think Verdant looks pretty cool. But I would, on Infinite mode, and as I kind of work on the different maps, I'm not so sure I would feature Verdant, but I do want to try the Inferno Kuma on some of these Infinite modes, because I do think if I can get my early towers to carry, then I know 200,000 is quite a bit, but I mean 30,000, this is without my champion boost. So, I mean, 90,000 is pretty good, especially look at the range over here. So, damage per second isn't necessarily the best indicator of how a tower is compared to other towers. You really do have to look at the range. So, my Shadow Colossus and Pandora are very similar, but Shadow Colossus actually has more range than Pandora. So, it actually might be on larger maps, it might actually be more advantageous to use Shadow Colossus than Pandora. But anyway, that's just my take on it. Alright, I think we covered everything. Let's go ahead, exit out of there, unpause. Let's go ahead and finish Ares over here. Check out that cool animation one more time, and he disappears and explodes. Well, explodes, then disappears. And we only got 1 silver Spartan coin. Come on. Okay, the new XP that they throw over here in your loot, I figured out that they do add it on, they just don't show it right down over here. So when I exit out, 1349, that should increase. We'll take a look at it. The old XP, they keep it at 0, but these are the exact same thing over here. So let's quit to lobby, and then we'll take a look. And let's go ahead and we're going to hide over here. Let me turn these pets off. Let's go hide back. Wow! Oh! Almost fell on through over there. That's dangerous. Dangerous. Okay. What was I saying? Here we go. My profile. Let's go to champion. And right over here. 1349. Did they add it on before? See, we'll have to go back and check. But I do know that they added on. I think they did. And we're good to go. So I'm almost there. I'm at 97. Want to max them out to get to level 100. And then we don't know when the summer event is coming out. And I hope maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I know summer is already here. And people are wondering when's it coming out. We just don't know yet. I haven't seen anything, any notifications anywhere about when it's coming out. So just stay tuned for that. And also for these Kuma bears over here, they are Robux. And I do want to get that 1%, but at the same time, it's a little buggy. I've seen some players try and get these bears. They end up buying the 10. They use their Robux to buy 10 different spins for it, and something happens, and then they kind of lose their spins for it, and I don't want that to happen. So, I mean, Robux, that's our money that we're using, and if that's not working properly, I don't want to lose it. So I might either wait and see if they fix that, or I might just do the one roll at a time. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really sure just yet. But if you do the one roll at a time, that's 150 Robux. And so you are getting a better value with 10 spins instead of the 1. But at the same time, you're guaranteed that 1 spin, where at the 10, again, it's buggy. So once again, I do appreciate all the support, all the likes and subscriptions. It means a lot. We're moving along here really well. And there is a new update coming out soon, and that is going to be tower trading. And you can use coins, you can use diamonds, and then even Robux. And so it sounds like that is going to happen, and we'll have to wait and see how that is. I mean, I don't know. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? What do you think? A lot of people are pretty hot about it. They don't really want it. There's other people that are like, well, if you don't want it, don't use it. And I don't know. I don't know what happens really when we turn a game like this into trading. I have seen in other games where you have people that just keep begging and begging and begging. So yeah, you know what? Make a private server or something, and then you don't really have to worry about it. But at the same time, from what I read, it seems like the tower trading is coming, and we'll have to drop a new video on that. Maybe it's going to be next week. They just did a sneak peek on it. Maybe that's going to be the update for this next Friday coming up here, and then we'll just kind of go from there. So thanks a lot, everyone. I appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell, and I will catch everyone in the next video.